What is good, everybody? RB here. Welcome back on into the show. Philly Take with RB presenting to you Sixers post-game live. Shout out to everybody in the house, man. I know we're late. We'll discuss why. We will discuss why, but the most important matter of business is that the Sixers get the W 115-109 over the San Antonio Spurs. Sixers advancing to 27-19 on the season. The Sixers, despite going on the road, little bumps, it came down to the last couple minutes somehow, some way, but the Sixers pull it off. We're going to discuss it all. We'll even take some live caller reactions. Hit that like button for your boy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're now on the road to 17K subscribers. We're bringing constant news coverage, play-by-play, post-game shows like this, and a whole bunch more. Much love to everybody in the chat, man. Thank y'all for being here late with me on a Sunday night. Don't know if we'll be here a long time, but we are here for a good time right now. Before we break down this game, the reason we were late, as you probably saw, I just watched probably the craziest NFL game I've watched in a long, long time. It's been a mad, mad day. NFL, football, playoffs. First, the Bucks and the Rams get absolutely spicy earlier. And then I just watched the Chiefs and the Bills go down wire, toe-to-toe, down the wire, into OT. I can't follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That is a summation, what I was putting out on Twitter of what I was feeling. I can't believe what I just saw in that game. Those were the two craziest games I've seen in a while. Guys, follow me on Instagram and Twitter right now. The links are down in the description. That was just the craziest game. I'm not even going to talk anymore about it. That was absolutely insane. Sports are the greatest thing in the world, and that is why. That is why. Anyway, into what we need to talk about. The Sixers get the W. We start off with this. Shout out to my guy, Sean Bernard. Joel Embiid, guys, is a really good basketball player, and he just gets better each game. He constantly drops people's jaws every single night. When you think he's hit the peak, when you think he's hit the climax, he just keeps on getting better. And once again, Joel Embiid, guys, I know it's like a broken record player at this point. He comes down and he gets the W for the Sixers. He puts this team on his back. I know we're playing against a San Antonio team that's 17-30. They're struggling. They're not that good, but they have some decent young talent. They definitely have more talent than last time we played them, when I think we beat them by like 19 or 20 points. But the Sixers go down the stretch again. A game where they're up by a lot, then they let the other team sneak right back in. They don't, put their foot down on the gas pedal. The Spurs come rocking all the way back, and then the Sixers down the stretch hit a couple big buckets. Joel Embiid was pretty much the main force of that. But 12 straight games now, guys, for Joel Embiid with 30 or more points on the road. 12 in a row. 12 consecutive road games with more than 30 points. I mean, that is just absurd to think about, okay? I will say it time and time again, and I will say it on every single piece of content. Joel Embiid is playing the best basketball in the world right now. That is no disrespect to anybody else. There are very good players in this league. There are many guys who are having great seasons, but nobody is playing better basketball than Joel Embiid. I mean, we're talking about not only just hitting like every single shot that I see this guy take, but how about the fact he's going behind the back with some of these passes? How about that pass? It was almost like a no-look, two guys cutting, and then Furkan cuts the baseline, and Joel hits him in crunch time. Joel Embiid what was the calmest I've ever seen him going down the stretch, toe-to-toe. He knew that he had to win this game, and that's exactly what he did. 38 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. Another magnificent game for Joel Embiid. I know he shot the ball a ton of times. I don't mind it at all. And Joel Embiid can just continue to lead us to where we need to go. Obviously, this team is not a finished product. We need help, all this and that. But it is just special watching Joel Embiid play basketball right now. I would love to pull up, if I can find it, just the picture of his stats over the last 15 games. I mean, it's almost unreal, right? Even the last 3 games, the last 4 games, Over the last 4 games, guys, he's averaging 40 points a game. How is that even humanly possible? Joel Embiid in the last 3 games, 50 points, 40 points, and 38 points. It's above levels of comprehension, guys. Joel Embiid is just special. I don't know what else I can say about it at this point. And to cap it off like I always do, if you are one of those people that are okay with wasting this right now, I just have to disagree profoundly with you, because Joel Embiid, I'm starting to think he's on that level where he's not even human at this point. I mean, we've come to expect 30 plus a game. Over the month of January, he's averaging, 34 points a game? It's just unreal. Here's the play I was talking about, by the way. Look at this pass, man. Look at that. A no-look, Furk cutting to the basket. Like, come on, bro. What other center besides Jokic is making this play? I mean, it's unreal, man. It's unreal. Here's the picture I was talking about. In the month of January, Joel Embiid averaging 33.4 points a game. He's averaging more points a game than minutes per game. MVP'd in the chat. By the way, shout out to everybody in here, man. Hit that like for your boy. I see we got the channel members up in the house, man. Showing up and showing out like always. J-Abs, RJ7, David, Johnny. Shout out to everybody else in the house, man. Look, he's averaging more points a game than minutes per game. Come on, man. 56% from the field in the month of January. 10 rebounds a game. Almost 5 assists. Over 1 block. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's crazy, bro. Oh, my gosh, man. And look at this play. Look at this high IQ play in crunch time. He cuts the basket when the Sixers are crumbling, man. They're only up 6. 4 minutes to go. Embiid has the IQ to cut like a damn wing. Look at this, man. I mean, the IQ, look at this. Unbelievable. There was even another play that I can pull up here. Not only is he doing it on the offensive end, how about the defensive end, man? Look at this IQ from Joel. It's a PNR up top, right? But he's directing Charlie Brown Jr. to get to the other side and Furkan to roll over to the left. That way, when Joel sets the screen, he ends up getting the ball back. He's going to have the right shooter on the right side so he can kick it out to them. The right side of him is what I'm saying. The left side of the court, but the better side for him. This is just the IQ. Like, I feel like Joel Embiid is like a damn quarterback. He's reading this entire court. Like, he studies it. He knows it. It's crazy, man. Look at this play. Look at this high IQ play, man. He's going to set the pick. He's going to roll, gets it. And then he had Furkan transition to that side. Look at that, man. And Furk knocks it down. Unbelievable, dude. Unreal, man. Shout out to Lauren Rosen. Always does a great job. Joel Embiid has now scored 30 or more in 20 games this season already. All right. That's pretty much what we'll say about Joel Embiid. I mean, you can go on and on about it. I know I probably have for way too long now. But anyway, other players in this game, I thought Tobias Harris had his normal 18 points per game. You know, he's around that 20 range, 18 on 13 shot attempts. I thought Tobias had a couple nice cuts to the basket. I thought he made a couple nice decisions with the ball early on. It seemed like even when we needed a bucket, right, Tobias Harris, he was a little more aggressive tonight when he needed to be, and I like that. He also went 6 for 6 from the free throw line, and he had 11 rebounds. So that is the hustle and the heart I want to see out of Tobias Harris, and I was satisfied with Tobias tonight. Maxey, 18 points on 14 attempts. Thought Maxey missed a couple of those easy layups that he usually overshoots a little bit. But overall, Tyrese Maxey trying to do his best. The one thing I did notice about Maxey was his pick-and-roll defense has to get better, and I was surprised that Doc Rivers allowed it to go on for so long. I saw about 5 possessions and about 8 tries where Tyrese Maxey gets beat off the screen, and Joel gets stuck in between 2 and usually makes the wrong decision. And, well, I mean, it resulted in an easy floater or an easy bucket for Derek White or DeJounte Murray, and you know, that has to get fixed. I don't want to see that pick and roll defense and the holes there. I just didn't like that, so I hope he gets picked up. Furkan Korkmaz had 17 tonight. Now, knowing me, and if you come out to the live streams, the play-by-plays, you know that, well, within a Philly Take with RB stream, once I talk smack about somebody, they step up and they prove me wrong. It's a tradition. It happens. So in the first quarter, I tweet out Furkan Korkmaz is unplayable because I saw him take about 2 or 3 shots in a row, either off 1 foot or from 45 feet out, or just make a bad play. And he airballed a couple times, and it's like, Furkan, come on, bro. Furk, you got to, we need more consistent bench help. And what happens? Furkan Korkmaz, as soon as I tweet that out, starts to hit his shots, finishes 7 for 13 from the field, had one of his best games in a while. So I really do think I'm going to start using it as a good luck charm. When I talk about somebody, they're just going to step it up. So anytime a player is playing bad, it is now my duty to start talking smack. But in all seriousness, though, Furkan 3 for 5 from deep, had a great game. We need more of that, man. We need more. I still think Daryl Morey needs to target some guys at the deadline, and I think our bench is still a little bit inconsistent. Niang went 1 for 5 tonight. And once again, we were limited. We were stripped of a lot of our guys. Matisse is out. Danny's out. Curry was out again. Shake. Who knows where Shake Milton is, man? It feels like an eternity since I've seen Shake Milton play for this team, man. And I think Daryl Morey, besides obviously the main obvious target, the 2-5 trade and all that, I think Daryl Morey has to get at least 1 or 2 ball handlers, sharpshooters at the deadline for the bench. And I probably will be putting out a piece on my thoughts on who we can get. That'll probably come out within maybe a week or so. So definitely stay tuned for that. Shout out to everybody who watches all the content on this channel. And shout out to everybody in the house, man. Kevin, what's up? Mr. J, what's up? Legendary, what's up, bro? Luge, what's going on, man? What's going on? I should have said 2-5's playing bad. Yeah, that's the one guy that I don't think it'll work on, but we'll see, man. Kane, what's going on? Anyway, yeah, that's my take on the game, guys. And Drummond did all right. Isaiah Joe at 8 points, but he hasn't had his rhythm ever since Doc really took him out early on, and he just doesn't really have the chance anymore to get that rhythm going. He had 27 minutes played tonight because we were shorthanded, but I think Isaiah Joe just doesn't look the same that he did before. He had that spark early on in the season, didn't get a lot of time, and that was that. Now, I would be going, I would be kind of disrespectful here if I did not mention Charlie Brown Jr., who only had 7 points in this game, but he did play 27 minutes, and Charlie Brown Jr. had a great spark defensively in the absence of Matisse Thybulle, in the absence of Danny Green once again. Charlie Brown Jr. stepped it up, and I thought he made a couple great plays. I saw the IQ, he had a couple nice steals in this game. And Charlie Brown Jr., at least he made a couple layups tonight, right? He's been struggling offensively. But what I like about Charlie Brown Jr. is the kid hustles, right? He comes on the floor. We know we're not expecting him to be like some crazy role play or anything like that. He's just the unknown hometown kid coming out, and he's earning. If you see the play right there, the nice steal he had. Read it like a book, and he got it done, man. He got it done. So I thought Charlie Brown Jr. did great tonight. The Sixers shot well as a team from deep, 44%. And, obviously the Spurs had a couple guys go off, right? Well, obviously DeJounte Murray, I don't think had his best game, 19 points on 14 attempts. But I don't know, man. Is it just me? And I would love, when we open the phone lines in a few minutes, I would love somebody to give me their thoughts on this. But I'm just watching DeJounte Murray, and I'm watching Derek White, right? And I'm watching some of these cats over there for the Spurs, even Dougie McBuckets. And I'm just thinking to myself, what is the Spurs plan? The Spurs actually have some decent young talent or some guys that could contribute on better teams. And I feel like they've tried to go guard heavy. They tried to stack up, but the Spurs just aren't getting it done. And it seems like a new era's coming, right? Looks like the end of the line for Coach Popovich. I don't know, man. DeJounte Murray he just strikes me as he's going to be real good. He keeps getting better and better. And man, if he was on this team, it would be pretty interesting. It would be pretty interesting. So, yeah, DeJounte Murray, somebody save him from San Antonio, whether it's the Sixers or somebody else. But I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't. Spurs have a lot of good young talent, right? Even guys like Lonnie Walker, Devin Vassell. Those guys had 14 and 15 off the bench, respectively. And, yeah, man, Jakob Poeltl had 25 points. Jakob Poeltl, I don't know. The Sixers are still having some trouble contending at the rim. They're still having some trouble in terms of rebounding the ball, but it's really just like the prolific like heroics of Joel Embiid that just pulls it out. Now, I've sounded pretty positive so far. I'll be honest though, like we shouldn't have let this game come back and get real close. We shouldn't have let this game come down, to the last couple minutes where we're hanging on by a thread against this team. That can't happen, but it's the NBA. It's a long season. It feels like every game this year for the Sixers has either been where we start out hot and then we let the other team come back and we finish it off close, or we're behind by a lot, we're struggling by halftime, and then we just blow it out of the water. And this was one of the first kind of games. And, I mean, we took a nice convincing lead late there in the third, and I thought we were good. And I don't know, it's just something about this team. One thing I do notice about this team is that they're very slow. We still need guys that are going to really pick up the pace and really make it a much more cohesive unit. I think sometimes we get too slow. I feel like the offense is so dependent on Joel Embiid that, we need to make something happen sometimes, and it kind of sucks when you don't have a lot of creators on the floor. But at the end of the day, we pull out the W, and I'm happy about it. And it's another win. We have a pretty fair schedule coming up next couple games. We should win most of them, and hopefully we are able, to make that happen. But, other than that, I mean, let's go. It was another game for Joel Embiid where he's just getting it done, man. And 38 points is the reason we won this game. Joel Embiid is a transcendent star. Joel Embiid is on another level, on another universe. Joel Embiid is out of this world. And he's playing the best basketball in the world. And he just makes everybody better. And I think we need to get him some help. And I think if we do, I don't think this team is really far off. Now, they do need to be more consistent, but we're going to need some playmakers, man, no doubt. We're going to need some guys that can take some of the load off Joel's shoulders. And, yeah, that needs to happen because Joel's just too great right now. Shout out to David coming in with a $5 donation. Great channel member. Thank you, David. Says, great dub tonight. Sixers, Embiid, MVP, and I won KC bet, baby. Yes, sir. I love it, man. That was, like I said, the reason we came on here late was because we were watching that game. That was the craziest game I've seen in a while. Absolutely insane, man. That was just an absurd game, and that's just the beauty of sports, like I said, just having games like that in general where, I mean, there's no reason that KC should have even tied the game up. But then they did, and then here we are, and then and then goes to overtime. I wish the Bills would have had a chance, but unfortunately, that is how the rules are. Oh, one more thing I wanted to point out. I don't know why the Sixers brought up Jaden Springer if he's not going to play at all. He's had a couple games now. He's been up with the Sixers, and he's actually been doing pretty well in the G League. I don't get why we can't get him a couple minutes here and there. We can't get him a couple minutes here and there. I just don't get it. He's a first-round pick. I get he's a project. He's not going to play much, but come on, man. Jaden Springer has to at least step on the court once this season. He has to step on the court once, man. So hopefully we get to see him and see how that goes. But anyway, that's kind of where we're at. And I would love to hear from everybody else. What do you guys think about this game? Are you happy? Are you frustrated that it was as close as it was? What are we thinking going over the next couple weeks? Give me all your thoughts down in the comment section and call into the show, 215-798-7638. Call into the show. Hit the like button for your boy. We're up here. It's 10:40 at night, but we are here pumping it out as always, man. Shout out to everybody in the house. KP, what's going on, man? Shout out to another great channel member. KP says, who would I trade for DeJounte Murray? That's a tough one. I don't know who I would trade for DeJounte Murray because it would have to make sense for both teams. And I just don't know who the Spurs would want other than another young prospect, right? And maybe the Spurs would want 2-5. I mean, obviously, that's the obvious one. Maybe 2-5 could come in there, right? If Greg Popovich is still coaching. They have a lot of young guards. Maybe a forward could definitely do them some justice. But then again, is 2-5 going to want to go to the Spurs? Are they going to want to deal with that? Because I'll tell you something, Greg Pop is not going to deal with any BS. That's who Greg Pop is, man. He's not going to deal with that kind of stuff. So who knows, man? Who knows? I just don't know what else could happen. Marvin says, what's the call number? It is on the screen, guys. Is it on the screen? Let me know. I think it is. 215-798-7638. Call into the show. Give me some thoughts. Probably just take a few callers tonight. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I got to set up the Bluetooth. My fault, guys. Hold up. I got you guys, man. Give me 1 second, guys. Apologize. Let's see. We'll get to some of the callers, man. We will get to some of the callers. I promise you that. But, yeah, call into the show. Give us your thoughts. What do you think about this game, man? Let's go to the call-in line. Yo, what's going on here on the show?
Yeah, hello?
Yo, what's going on, man? Turn the audio down in the background, bro, on the stream.
Yeah, bro. My fault.
Yeah, you're good, man.
Wait, I'm on air.
Say again?
Everybody can hear me on air?
Yeah, I can't hear you that well, though.
My fault. What do you want? You want, like, an opinion on JoJo? Or, like, just
Press 1 to start the call or 2 to decline. Press 1 to start the call or...
Hold up. Hello?
Right.
Just give us whatever you got, man. Like the game, JoJo, whatever you're thinking about, man.
All right. So, I think Doc Rivers needs to step his game up, to be real with you. Like, I don't understand how, like, a whole team without two superstars are playing can come back in the fourth quarter with Joel Embiid on the floor. And, like, Steph Curry needs to step it up, bro. They really need to run the two-man game. And I feel like if we get rid of Ben Simmons by the deadline, my 3 targets, obviously number 1, which everyone wants, is Damian Lillard, which is maybe like 25% chance happening. Number 2, I would really like, this is going to shock everyone, I would like Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball's a baller, bro. Like, I don't think he's that good, but he's decent enough, bro. He could be your second option with Joel Embiid. You know, he's got the good shot. He's like a pass first point guard who can score if he needs to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not going to happen, though, because Chicago's in win mode, and they have a pretty good team as well. I just don't see that happening. But, I mean, I would like Lonzo. I would like a player like that.
Yeah, me too. But, like, so my number 3, I got to think hard about. Maybe, like, number 3, and maybe, like, I like De'Aaron Fox. Like, De'Aaron Fox and nobody else. But I wouldn't trade Tyrese Maxey. I would trade Shake Milton, goddamn Matisse Thybulle, and a couple picks with Ben Simmons included. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, the Kings are definitely a suitable trade partner. I predict that he is going to go there. But they're definitely in the top 3, I would say. And I think it's all about trying to get a couple more picks, maybe Tyrese Halliburton in there. But I could definitely see the Kings trying to shake things up, no doubt.
Yeah, all right, my last take before I let you go. Right?
Yep.
I like how we declined Jeremy Grant, because if you think about it, Tobias Harris and Jeremy Grant, they play on the both spots on the floor. Like they're pretty much the same players. It's just like they both would be on the same spot of the floor. Like it would just be very awkward. And John Collins coming to Philadelphia would be so bad for the Sixers league. Like John Collins isn't really what we need to do. That's basically Tobias Harris with the most consistent shot. Just not as athletic, you know?
Yeah, I think I don't know about those fits either, especially with Tobias Harris. But all good points, man. I like the first one the best about Doc Rivers. Definitely something we're going to talk about. But I appreciate the call, my man. Thank you.
All right, for sure, man. Be safe. God bless.
Thank you, man. You too. Yeah, Doc Rivers, man. This team, it's rough, man. I feel like Doc gets very complacent as a coach on this team. And if you guys saw my video, I don't know if you saw it yesterday, but I was kind of ranting on Doc Rivers because, when he responded to the question asked by Austin Krell, and I just don't like that arrogant attitude, especially with a team who right now the future is very uncertain, right? We don't know much about what is going to be of this team in a couple weeks, and we're frustrated, and we're allowed to ask questions after a 24-point blown lead, and I just feel like Doc, every time they show him, he's just relaxed, he's just doing his thing, and I don't know. I need to see more energy. I need to see something different from Doc. It's just been a lot of the same, but let's go to the lines. Yo, what's going on? You're on the show. Hello?
Hey.
Yo, what's going on?
Is RB?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, I'm sorry, God. I couldn't hardly hear you, man.
Nah, you're
hey,
good,
man.
Bro.
Great.
What's up, man?
I'm doing great, man. I didn't have this number. I just got it. I just messaged you in trying to get the number, but I got it now.
Yep, no
Hey,
problem.
I just wanted to comment on the game, guys. Hey, I want to just say one thing to the fans out there. By the way, RB, my name's Marvin, man. I'm down in Dallas, and I'm actually a Bulls fan, but I just want to call in and get some positive perspective from the other side.
Thank
Thank
you very much, sir.
Appreciate
love it. Yep.
Hey, check it out, man. Let me explain something to these Philly fans, man. I wish we had a dilemma like Simmons, because, guys, if you guys can understand one thing, you're going to end up getting somebody when you don't have anybody doing anything right now. If you get anything for Simmons, it's a plus. You got Joel on that team. Guy, he is a beast. And if you get anything for Simmons, you're going to look better. This is the team, Philly. I've been really wanting to talk with you, RB, because all of my buddies back home in Chicago, they talk about Brooklyn, they talk about this and that, and I've always told them, Philly is the team to watch for. You guys got a great team, man. Couple of holes, but don't we all? Bulls lost a tough one again tonight, man. You should have heard the fans. And I hear your fans all the time, and I know you go through it. And, hey, man, salute to you, man, because you hang in there tough, man.
Hey, much respect to you, man.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to say, stay with it, man. You 100. Hey, man, you are just passionate about your team. That's what I like, man. I like somebody that's being passionate, true to their team. Call it like it is, good or bad. You with them. I'm the same way with my boys. But I did want to say, I want to all the fans, man, you guys need to get off Philly. They all right, man. You guys are, I think, 1 or 2 games out of the best record in the East. And you're raising up, man, because you get anything for Simmons, guys, you're going to be awesome. I'm not going to hold you because I know you got callers, man, but I'm in Dallas. My name's Marvin. I'm going to be calling you all the time. My first time getting your numbers up there. And hey,
much love to you calling in, my guy. And I appreciate you as even a fan of another team, just, hanging out, chopping it up. But it's very refreshing hearing another take and someone with some positivity about the team, man. I love it, man. I love it.
Hey, man, you know what, RB? I watch you every night. You guys play. I had never had a chance to call in. Man, you catch it. I hear those fans up there, man, and I'm thinking, boy, you know what they need? Well, they don't need this, but lo and behold, if anything happened to Embiid, they would understand what you're talking about, guy, and I mean that.
Yep, man, I love it, man. I love it. Hey, appreciate the call in, my guy. Shout out to you, bro.
Hey, no, one more thing, though, RB, before you go. I just wanted to relate it to your fans.
Yeah.
My Bulls are without Zach LaVine and 5 other starters, and we lost to Orlando tonight. Guys, hang in there, because I'm hanging in there. So hang in there, guys.
Bulls are a good team, man. Shout out to you, bro. Hey, much love to the caller, man. It's nice hearing some positivity for once, bro. It's nice hearing some positivity. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got a raid coming in here from Rocha. What's going on, my guy? Shout out to Rocha. The GOAT, man. The GOAT. Shout out to everybody coming through in the chat, man. Hit the thumbs up for your boy. Subscribe to the channel. We're on a post-game live. We do play-by-play news coverage as well. Thank you guys for tuning into the chat. Roach is the GOAT, man. Hope the Warriors won. Not sure if they did, but let me know in the chat if they did. But yeah, shout out to Rocha, man, the GOAT. Definitely check him out if you have not yet at Rocha Entertainment for anyone in my chat. Good vibes as always, man. It's the guy. So much love to him. And shout out to the caller, man. Shout out to Marvin, the Bulls fan. It was actually nice hearing some perspective for once from a different team's fan who is positive about Philadelphia. Like, that comes far and few in between, man. That comes far and few in between. Like, people actually showing love to Philadelphia, because I feel like everybody on the national stage just tries to hate this team. Like, they don't give Embiid the respect he deserves. They don't give this team any credit at all, and I understand why with all the drama going on, but, like, Joel Embiid's playing on an all-world level right now. And, yeah, shout out to Marvin. I do hope he calls in more. And, yeah, man, that was a great call. That was a great call. So, much love to him. But he was absolutely right. You know, if we get anything back in this trade, we are playing, once again, with a $30 million hole in the roster. We've been playing like this the whole season. And he's right. We're in the top half of the Eastern Conference. We're fighting. We're battling. Embiid is going to need some help. But if he does get the help, like, just imagine what this team can be. And I think he deserves it at this point. I think he deserves to even have a shot talking about it, right? He deserves to have some say in it because he has earned that. You know how Doc Rivers the other night said, I earned that? No, Joel Embiid earned that. So he said, we did. You already know. Of course we did. All right, shout out to the Warriors, man. Warriors are a great team. Wish them the best of luck as well. And shout out to all the new viewers, man. We'll be back on a Sixers play-by-play on Tuesday night. So definitely come out, hang out for the stream. We definitely get lit up in here, man. So thank you guys for tuning in, no doubt. Johnson's all-world level. Yeah, he's on an all-world level. He's on a different level. I don't care if we're winning or losing the games. I'm talking about Joel Embiid himself. He's doing everything he can. He's averaging above 33 a game in the month of January. Joel Embiid needs help, man. He needs help right now. But, I mean, just imagine if we get another piece on this team. Just imagine if we can get a piece. And we better make a move, man. We better make a move, man. Sam says, I was subbed to both of you guys. Shout out to Rocha, man. The GOAT. Shout out to Jay, man. Says, leave a like. Yeah, everybody hit that like button for your boy, man. We're out here taking some calls, getting some thoughts on the game. Sixers and Spurs. Sixers pulling one out late if you're just tuning in, 115 to 109. But, yeah, let's go back to the lines, man. Let's get some thoughts. Yo, what's going on? You're live on the show.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what up?
Is still a take with RB?
It's me, man. What's going on? What you got for me?
Oh man, hey, I just want to say I love what you do. Been listening a while.
Appreciate it.
I didn't even think you'd pick up. So
thank you, bro. always, man. What you got for me?
Damn. Yeah. Hey, I mean, MVP'd, right? I'm at my college dorm in Boston. All these annoying Celtics fans around me.
Are you a local or are you from Boston?
No, I was born and raised in Boston, but my dad's from Philadelphia, and I know you censor your the words, but let's just say screw the Celtics.
Yeah, man. Well,
I'm not a Celtics fan.
I'm glad, but yeah, it must be a pain having I bet like all your friends and all your close people around you are Celtics fans, so it must not be fun all the time.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're like the rest of the people. They're not respecting Joel Embiid for the greatness that he's shown us, and every time he takes that mid-range jump shot, I say to myself like, it's incredible. I mean, I'm not old enough. I wasn't old enough to see AI, but like this is just crazy what he's doing.
It's unreal, man. I feel like people have come to expect at this point, like, 32, that's normal Joel. 37. That's normal Joel. But when you really like put it into perspective, like this is a 7-foot man who's 280 pounds. Like it's not even real sometimes. And he's doing this with what kind of help around him? You know what I mean? Like look at the other guys on this team and then look at Joel Embiid. It's insane, man.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, and that leads me right to this. Like, what do we do at this deadline? I reached a point today where I was like, you know what? I'm really torn because I reached a point where I was like, I'm fine with not doing anything. I want James Harden. I want to go all in. I don't care how much we pay him. I don't care how much we give up to get him. I want to pair Joel Embiid. Let's get that Kobe Shaq going. Like, I don't care. But then another part of me is just like, you got to give this guy something because he might not play better than he's doing right now.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And I hear you on the hard point. I get it. I want that. I've wanted that for 6 months now. But I just can't bank on going into the offseason, wasting this season and just saying, all right, let's hope we get a guy like James Harden. Let's hope we get a player of that caliber.
Oh, I
just
agree.
can't do that anymore as just a diehard passion. Like, I can't waste this season. You know what I mean? We need to get some help right now. And I hope it's a great player. I hope it's a player of that tier. I just don't know, man. I hope Morey pulls something out of the bag.
Yeah, man. I mean, those deals that have come up in the rumors, they're okay. I mean, that Tyrese Halliburton, I like the idea of Halliburton. He's got nice length. You pair him with Maxey, Steph to the bench maybe, or Maxey to the bench, and Buddy Hield, shooter. I mean, I tell you what, if you could do a 3-way deal and get DeJounte Murray and Buddy Hield or something like that, I'm just throwing out names.
It's going to be a mega deal.
You can be creative.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge trade deal. It's like Daryl Morey said, my favorite quote, it takes 2 or 3 to tango, maybe even 4. So, I mean, it's going to be a huge swap. We're definitely going to have to, strike on something big. But, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in, bro. And what was your name again?
Elliot. I've subscribed to you for a little bit. I'm a big Sixers fan and Eagles.
Elliot, I appreciate you, bro. Rocking from Boston, man. Hey, hold it down for us down there, all right? Or up there.
Yeah, wait. RB, just one last thing before I come up. So, are you in college?
I'm not in college. I have graduated from college.
Where you don't have to answer, but where did you go?
I went to Rutgers.
Okay, wow, nice.
Yeah,
did you? I'm just curious because I'm into a lot of the stuff they do. I mean, it's awesome. I'm not really interested in the YouTube, but just like the whole sports media and stuff. Like, did you major in like a sports production something like that?
I actually did not, but definitely reach out to me on like social media, man. Instagram, Twitter. That goes for anybody, man. Definitely chat it up with me, and I'll talk to you, bro.
All right, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Much love, man. Shout out to Elliot, rocking it in Boston. So we got Marvin from Dallas. We got Elliot from Boston. Who's next, man? Loving the calls tonight. Great takes, man. I'm loving it. Man. We definitely got to get a couple more in here before we get off. But, yeah, I hope you guys are at least enjoying this version of Sixers post-game live. Like I said, I'm trying to diversify. We're going to be doing a couple different streams in the next couple weeks, collabs. I have a huge one coming, guys. So you definitely got to hit that bell and turn on the notifications because you're not going to want to miss it. I will tell you that, man. I will tell you that. But, hey, let's go back. Let's see what we got on the line, man. We got a caller on the line. But before we get to that caller, hope they stay on the line, we got Kevin coming in with the $20 donation. Kevin, thank you, my man. Appreciate the support. Great channel member. He says, the past 2 seasons, Embiid has been the best player I've ever seen. His impact on the game is actually unreal. Love the work you're doing, RB. Keep it up, bro. Kevin, much love, man. Thank you. That means more than you know, bro. Yeah, Joel Embiid is on a different tier. And a lot of people, like the last caller, didn't see AI. They didn't see that. This is their first time getting to see someone on their own team who is that great, man. Whether you're 12 years old, 13, 15, 20, 30, 40, it doesn't matter. Like, do not take this for granted, man. This is something of a different echelon, man. This is something crazy. They're going to talk about this for a long time, what Embiid is doing this year. But shout out to Kevin, man. I appreciate you. Let's go to the caller, man. Yo, what's going on? You're on the show.
What's up, RB, man? Listen, man. I see you have the fans calling, man. They show you love. They're not even really talking sports. They just want to talk to you.
Give me something, bro. Give me something. Let's go.
All right. I seen AI play. AI did 60-point games, 60-point games. But that's not going to win us a championship, right? Embiid is a great player. I love him to death. Trust me, I never want to get rid of him. But if he can't play defense, what is 50 points if he can't win the game? Please make that make sense to me.
What part of that makes because I don't think Joel Embiid by any means is the weakest defensive link on his team. I think he's one of the best defensive players on his team.
He got dunked on by Kuz. Then he gave up another dunk because he didn't want to even get in front of him after that. He give up layups. He's flat-footed in the paint the whole time.
Every player gets dunked on. Like, I'm not gonna fault him for getting dunked on by a player.
I understand that, but he don't have any effort. I love Embiid, but he's lazy on defense. You could tell all he wanted is an MVP trophy.
I can't say that. I would disagree with that. But you got to also realize Joel Embiid is doing everything in his right mind on offense. I mean, Do you expect him to just be a workhorse 24/7? You know, I mean, the guy gets tired. Let's not forget, you know, he's not a 6'2" point guard. This guy is carrying a lot of weight. So that's what I would say to that. But I don't think by any means he's a lazy defender. I wouldn't say that.
I hear a lot of praise, and I get it. I was praising him up until I seen their lazy defense, and I'm like, wow, you got to call it from both ends. You can't just say he's a great player and then give up on defense because he's a big player or he's heavy or whatever you just said.
He's he's probably the best defensive player on his team, to be honest.
Give up on defense. Shaq didn't give up on defense. He gave us 30-point games and probably 30 blocks too. I don't have
what does Shaq have around him? What was Shaq playing with around him, man? Come on. Joel Embiid is the best defender on his team. He's the best offensive player on his team. Joel Embiid is up there with the top defenders in terms of centers in the league, man. I don't know what you're looking at. Why?
Okay.
Let me ask you this. Do you have any problem with the defense of anybody else on the team?
On the team?
You're thinking about it?
Not that I can point out.
Not that I can point out, man. That's so Joel Embiid is the only defensive problem on this team. That's what you're saying.
The only reason I'm pointing him out is because he prides himself on how much he scores, but he gives up on defense. It's like, I don't like that. I like you to hustle on both ends of the court.
I understand. I get the hustle point.
Lose the game.
I think it's crazy that
I'd rather you give me 10 and win than give me 40 and lose.
You could have even said Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey. You said nobody. You must hate Joel Embiid. What do you have against Joel?
I like Joel. He's been here way long. Maxey's a 2-year player. We can't really criticize him that he's growing. Who else did you say?
Anybody else? I saw Furkan Korkmaz get torched about 6 times today. Seth Curry is usually a bad defender. I mean, come on.
I don't personally. I would give up Furkan in a trade. If you ask me, him and Tobias.
Me and you both. But I think Furkan Korkmaz is a much more of a defensive problem than Joel Embiid.
But my biggest thing is not Joel. In the Ben Simmons thing, right?
Yeah.
You just willing to give him up for anybody at this point.
I would like to provide value for the team because I don't want to waste this season from Joel. I've been waiting for the last 6 months to try to get something great, and I just don't know what's out there. Only Daryl Morey knows. But I don't want to keep this going past the trade deadline. No, I don't.
Yeah. And the last thing, Doc Rivers. Doc definitely earned that.
Doc earned that?
He earned the way he.
What did he earn?
Doc is a great coach.
Oh man, I know you're a troll.
He could be able to talk the way he
I know you're a troll. We got to get him off the line. That's one strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, swing and a miss. You're out, bro. What the hell does Doc Rivers earn? To be honest, would you ask Coach Pop that question? Well, we were playing Coach Pop tonight. I bet they asked Coach Pop a few questions. You know what I mean? I know they asked Coach Pop a few questions. Now I don't think Coach Pop said, "Would you ask Doc Rivers that?" Come on, man. Come on, we got to stop this. I know a 2-5 stand when I see one. I know a 2-5 stand. I can smell him out of the air now. And that was a 2-5 stand. Not that I thought he had, a terrible take on everything. But I don't know what Doc Rivers has earned. What does Doc Rivers earn? Just go back and watch my video from the other day, man. That was interesting. Joel Embiid's a bad defensive player now. That's interesting. Joel Embiid, in my estimation, is probably one of the best defensive centers in the league. Does he take some possessions off? He does sometimes. But, it's unfortunate his usage rate is probably like 96% at this point. So, I don't know. That's pretty interesting, man. That's pretty interesting. But, hey, I respect the dude for calling in and going at it with me, man. That's much respect to him. Much respect to him. So, it is what it is. But, we're going to slander Joel on a night he carries a team to another win. I just think it's interesting. But let's go back to the line, man. Let's get another caller in here. Yo, what's going on? You're on the show.
Yeah, what up, 4P?
What up, man?
LBZ, channel member.
Who is it?
It's LBZ.
LBZ, what's up, bro? What's up, man?
Yeah, hit that like and subscribe, y'all. I need to talk to you after that last caller.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable Cowboys fan in Dallas that called into your show. That was weird. But respectful.
Yeah, man.
Doc Rivers and the health of him coaching this team.
Yeah. Yeah, what about it? Yeah, just keep going, man. Please give me some
Last
insight
year,
here.
he didn't feel like playing Maxey
Mm-hmm.
when Maxey was clearly going to be what he's blossomed into. This year, Isaiah Joe gets minutes tonight, but he won't play him.
Yeah.
The way he's handling dude, RB, you're sitting on the radio to me in YouTube, Philly radio up here. I moved to Massachusetts, so I listen to you
Hey, much love,
with
man.
the accent. And you go off and you defend who we listen to as fans.
Yeah.
Our reporters.
Yeah.
Our media. That you're part of.
Yeah. Hey,
And
I
Doc,
appreciate that, man.
Doc, I'm feeling, just may not be the right coach for this team. He thinks he's top two. He's over his head in Philadelphia if he's saying, I deserve the respect of Pop. Doc, who are you compared to Pop?
Yeah. I mean, Pop's won 5 championships. Doc's won 1, and like I said the other day, he's the last 8 years he hasn't made it out of the second round. Look at the players he's had on his rosters. I mean, it's kind of inexcusable, to be honest.
I'm just saying now, watching as a fan, I'm seeing the result of Doc coaching the same or a different game compared to what team we're playing. Like, we played Orlando, and man, Embiid had a night. But he should have been out in the first half, didn't he?
Yep.
If Doc is playing the scheme in his Doc way, where our young players don't play, and the guy that we should be resting to make a run in the playoffs, hopefully after a big 2-5 trade, is burning himself out now in the year. And we're going to talk about it. Because it's, I just question Doc's health and the health for us as fans and as a team being our coach.
Yeah, it's definitely concerning in my eyes, and I think that's a great point. I think Joel is being overutilized, and, we're halfway into a season. Who knows what he's going to look like in a couple months. You can't continue to use this guy 85, 90% every single night. I mean, at some point you're going to get burned out, especially a guy of his size, So, I mean, it's definitely concerning.
And we'll meet him later on, man. RB, everyone listening, like and subscribe. RB's the truth. I don't get Philly radio. I don't get WIP, all that. I get RB up here.
Yeah, you're the man, bro.
You rock,
I really
man.
appreciate it, man.
You.
Thank you so much, bro.
You do.
Shout out to LVZ. Much love, man. Great channel member. Much love to him, man. Hey, we're not the radio, but we are trying to provide a voice for the fans, man. That's what we're here. I see all you guys rocking in the chat. I mean, it's what, 11? It's like 11:10 at night, and you guys are in here rocking, giving the comments. LVZ is a prime example of that, man, and I appreciate him. He's the man. We'll probably take one more caller, guys. If like LVC, man, like LVZ said, man, hit the like button if you're in here. It takes 1 second. It helps the channel out, the content, and subscribe, man. And check out the channel memberships. We're back up to 43 members, man. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep it going. Special things coming for the channel members soon. We're gonna have a specific members call-in line only. We're gonna be doing big things with the memberships, man. So if you want to get your thoughts on the show, all that stuff, definitely call in, man. Check out the channel memberships. Let's see who's going to cap it off for us tonight, man. Yo, what's going on? We're on the show. Hello?
Hello.
Yo, what's up, man? Got some background noise going on.
What's up?
What's up, man?
RB?
Yo, what's up, man? You're on the show.
Thank you. Hey, man, I just wanted to say I have my 16-month-old son, man. He loves your intro. When he hears your intro, he goes crazy.
Oh, that's love.
When I get home, I say, hey, perfect. He comes running to me, man.
That's love, man.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah, for sure. But I just wanted to propose this trade and see what you think.
Yep. What's up?
So we've been hearing reports from Sacramento that they're willing to give up Fox and Halliburton for 2-5.
Yeah.
And add some picks. That's the report that I read. And if they're willing to do something like that, I was thinking, try to keep Halliburton, flip Fox, in the picks from Sacramento for someone like Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I would do that. Question is, would the Pelicans do that, and would Daryl Morey do that? I think Daryl has this idea in his mind where it's like we need a top certain player, but I think Brandon Ingram's definitely raising by the year, and he's an all-star already. He's a wing. He's a forward, more of forward actually, and he can knock it down from all three levels. I think he'd be great on this team. I really do.
Yeah, the reason why I'm saying that is because, you know, we always talk about Tobias Harris not being the second guy on the championship team.
Yeah.
With Brandon Ingram, he's the second guy. Tobias Harris is the third or fourth guy, if anything.
Absolutely.
Because
yeah.
now we have Halliburton. See what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy because even if you don't win this year, like just think about a core of Tyrese Maxey, Brandon Ingram, and Joel Embiid. That's pretty scary for the league, to be honest.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I was just thinking about it. I was like, you know, let me throw it out there and see what Sixers fans think.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love Brandon Ingram on this team, and I hope we're at least doing our due diligence on him, you know?
Right, for sure. But, hey, man, thanks.
Hey, shout out to you, and shout out to your son, man. Hey, appreciate the love as always.
Of course, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Great caller, man. Another great caller. Kane says the ringtone. Yeah, guys, you don't know how hard it is. I don't even need to say it, but like trying to like run this phone line right now and like do all this, it's very hard. And then also talk on the show. This is why I need another co-host on these post games, man. But we got some things in the works, so don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna get better on it. Don't worry. Birds Nation member for 11 months. Thank you, Birds Nation. Says we have to get something done soon. Ben got to go. Let me know in the chat, man. Drop a yes. Actually, no. Drop a 1 if you think this trade needs to get done by the deadline. Drop a 2 if you're okay with waiting until the offseason. Let me know what you think. Let me know in the chat. And just because the callers have been so great tonight, we're going to take one more caller. And shout out to the last caller who said that their son listens to the intro. Man, that's crazy. Perfect. I love it, man. I love it. We got a bunch of ones going in the chat, man. I love it. But yeah, if you guys are new, by the way, and you're just tuning in, we do news coverage here, play-by-play. Sometimes we do post games like this. We're trying to diversify the content. We got interviews here on the channel, everything you can think of, covering the team from a fan's perspective. So definitely check it out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and definitely check out the channel memberships. I need y'all to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Let's keep it growing, man. But we need one more caller to cap it off. So we'll see what happens. MC says you need a producer. I definitely need a producer. That'd be lit. That'd be great. But MDM says I'm not a troll. I'm guessing that was the person that called in about the Embiid thing. Look, I respect it. I don't agree with it, but at least I'll respect your call, and I appreciate you calling in and giving your thoughts just like everybody else. It's what we do here. You know, we're getting the pulse of the fans. That is what we do. But anyway, let's go back for one more. Let's see who we got, who's going to cap us off. What is going on? You are live on the show.
Hey, what's up, RB? This is Devin.
What's up, Devin?
Hey, not much. Love the show, man.
Thank you, man.
All right, what I want to say is this. One, people like to blame some stuff on Doc Rivers. Mm-hmm. But I look at it like this. When it comes down to the Sixers team, if you're a real Sixers fan and you love the team, you got to realize we lack talent. And the talent that we have lacks consistency. And when it comes down to Joel Embiid, I feel like Joel Embiid do the best that he can. I heard a caller earlier say something about his defense. Well, when it even come down to Rudy Gobert, somebody like Ben Simmons smoked him, and other people have done things to him because nobody on defense is going to be accurate on every single play. Exactly. That's just not realistic.
Yep.
So when it comes down to the 76ers team, I look at it like this. Our bench has lack of consistency. Korkmaz, he is real streaky. Mm-hmm. The same way as Tobias Harris. The same way as Andre Drummond. I feel like we don't even call enough plays to set up Andre Drummond down low like he was doing in Cleveland. Yep. Because I feel like, truthfully, Maxey is a good upcoming player, but we lack a floor general. Yep. So by us lacking the floor general, I just feel like we don't facilitate the ball as good as we did with Ben. Even though I don't like him now, it's just his facilitation was good for this team. The same way Chris Paul elevated the Suns from being a bottom team in the West to a top team in the West with the same exact team. Not like he came in there averaging 28 points a game. He just bettered the people around him. So people like Tobias Harris and Cork Miles and some other players, they're not as getting clean openings as they used to. And definitely like Danny Green, even a little that he does do.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I agree with it, actually. And I'll tell you what. I'll tell you my reasoning on that, and would love to hear your thoughts. But I just feel like Doc Rivers has this thing against Tyrese Maxey. Not really against him, but there's just some reason why Tyrese Maxey gets so passive in this offense. And I feel, just my personal opinion, that it echoes down from Doc Rivers. Like, we will see Tyrese Maxey in the flash of a pan just heat up, goes to the basket 5 times. He can get buckets. He can be aggressive, get other guys involved. Maybe not like other people yet because he's still young, but how come Tyrese Maxey gets to this point where he just starts dishing it off to everybody? I really think that echoes down from Doc Rivers, and I feel like Doc doesn't trust Maxey to do that yet. He thinks we need another playmaker. We need a guy like 2-5 back, and that frustrates me. It really does.
Yeah, that is very accurate because I feel like he's trying to turn him into more of a point guard standpoint to help the other players, but then it's pulling away from his game on him seeing openings to get to the basket, whereas on now he's stopping himself, he's passing more, and it's like we know what you can do talentedly because we've seen it, but then we'll see these games where he's less aggressive. Like Embiid just talked to him a couple games back, and he was like, I told him I was going to do X, Y, and Z in the next game, and then he did great, but then he went flat again.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's where Tobias Harris ends up taking too many shot attempts, and he just gets out of his game as well. But there's just like a certain like hierarchy with this team some games, and I just don't like it. You can see it right out of the jump, and I don't think Doc optimizes that to the best way possible. And I hope it changes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep. Hey, appreciate the call.
I do too.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too. Another great caller. Much love to the calls tonight. MC, what's going on? Another great channel member says, I see it too, RB. It's like Doc is jealous of Tyrese. I think Doc has this thing, like he's so old and stubborn sometimes where it's like he doesn't trust or he doesn't see it yet in a young guy like Tyrese Maxey because, back then, like, there's a certain way you got to nurture guys. But now these kids come out so young and so early and they're ready to go. They're ready to play. Sometimes they struggle. But you got to let Maxey go. Every time we get a glimpse of that Maxey that can put up 25 points in a game, he just goes off. He just continually goes off. But we got to see it keep happening. But either way, the Sixers do get it done today. Final score 115-109. W is a W, and I'm learning that. And I'm trying to stay more calm as we go because, let's be honest, tonight's game, did anybody really care about it? No. This is just another one of them games. You're going to wait and wait. And like I said, we're going to keep talking about this team until the trade deadline. We've heard this thing. We've heard that. There's going to be a ton of rumors that spark up. But we need to make something happen at the deadline. If not, then none of this will really matter. I don't think we're far off, but if we don't make a move, I don't think we're winning a championship this year, or at least having a chance to win a championship this year. So I hope we make something happen, guys. I really do. We'll take it day by day. We got a couple more games this week. Who knows? We'll probably be doing some play-by-plays, might even mix in some post-games. Like I said, we have a couple collabs coming up this week, next week. Definitely things you want to stay in tune for. So definitely hit that thumbs up for your boy. Much love to everybody coming through in the chat. And, yeah, man, Sixers get it done once again. They get it done once again. So, yeah, who knows? Who knows, guys? What will happen at the deadline? It is the mystery of the NBA. That's all we can say for now. Joel can continue to be great. He can continue to ball out. continue to put up 38 points, 37, 40, 50, 32. But we just got to wait and see what happens. Shout out to everybody in the house, man. Binaural, John, Kaya, Kane. We got to shout out. We got to shout out the people that stay till the end of the stream, man. I'm definitely going to start doing that more. I feel like I try to, but the people that stay till the end, man, you guys are the real ones. You guys are here late at night, hanging out, doing your thing as always, and I appreciate you so much. All the callers, great stuff, man. Ryan S., Mr. 89. Let me know you guys are in the house, man. Double N, Kevin, Kane, Scott. Maxey needs to take half of Toby's shots. MC, 12 straight. Yeah, let's end it off by saying the same thing we started with. By the way, look at this. Joel has had more points than minutes in his last 4 games. 32, 50, 40, and 38. Come on, man. 12 straight games on the road for Joel Embiid. It is unreal. This guy is playing at an MVP level. Make it keep happening. Keep making Joel Embiid go off, man. This guy is on. He has hit that tier, man. He has hit that tier, man. Spurs Nation with the $5 donation. Thank you, my man. Another great channel member. You guys are the best, man. You guys are the best. 43 members in the Fire Take Nation. Can we keep it going? Can we keep it growing, man? Guys, follow me on Twitter, man. At RBPhillyTake. Follow me on Instagram, the same username. Hit me up on there. We can talk. Instagram, Twitter. Become a channel member. It's definitely worth it. $3.99 a month. And, you get a bunch of exclusive perks. By the way, guys, the Fire Take Nation hoodie. We're going to be dropping some merch sometime in the next month or two, man. Got some big things coming. But, yo, don't miss out on the chance. Get the Fire Take Nation hoodie, man. Get the Fire Take Nation hoodie. Drop the yes, sir, in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody coming through tonight, man. Appreciate it. Sixers get the W. Always a good time. Got to have a good week, though. We can go 3-0 this week, man. We could go 3-0 this week. Let's get them dubs, man. Let's get it done. Sixers get it done tonight. 115-109, 27-19. See how they come out on the next one, man. You guys have a beautiful night. Catch you on the next one. Peace.